And I'm gonna say that's gonna be where when Root Canal goes over to you and says, have you managed to down any of the fine delicacies that our homeboy has made for us? I would think for somebody who is so good at the senses, the five senses, he would at least manage to make a slightly less salty meal.
Right? This is hardly appetizing.
Yes, tell me about it.
Without tonight.
I will say, ever since I went to this competition, it has been better for my figure.
Awesome weight, huh?
She'll sit next to you and she'll say, "Hello, Moji. Are you thinking about the final events?" And Moji's just gonna nod and attempt to eat more of the seaweed. Can't say you and I have really had a chance to chat, Chrono.
No, we haven't. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you again. Welcome to our island paradise.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that we haven't already eaten each other alive by this point.
That bad, huh?
Oh, no, it's not that bad. We are a very eclectic group. Quite the motley crew, I would say.
Yeah. It's kind of nice being surrounded by weirdos.
She'll say, it definitely makes things... It's never boring. When you surround yourself with weirdos, it's never boring.
So, how about you? Were you mad when you got kicked off?
I mean, I was obviously disappointed. I can be pretty competitive if I allow myself to be. But I mean, I got over it pretty quickly. So, besides, I was able to at least manage to get myself off before that weakness event happened. So, as far as I can tell, I probably came out with this pretty darn well.
Yeah,
all things considered.
Sure. That took me by surprise for certain.
It seemed like a very specific weakness.
Right?
What you were given was pretty darn specific.
Right? Weird.
Which also begs the question where Thor is at this moment. They haven't really given much details.
Oh, I even asked Odin. He didn't know. No one knows anything. I'm not gonna lie to you. I like Thor. I'm a little bit worried.
Oh, despite what Thor concocted for you, you still like her?
I feel conflicted. We were going really well up until that point, and I want to understand why. And I can't do that if I don't know where they're at.
Well, I'm curious too. If you need help finding out why, maybe I might be able to help.
Sure.
Obviously, we can't do anything here, she says, glancing around the island. But she says, but maybe when the competition is over.
Sure. Yeah, just let me know when.
She'll look over towards the fire, and right now I think, Homeboy is trying to eat the seaweed and seems to be perfectly okay.
I bet he's changed his taste buds with somebody else's.
Meanwhile, Nave, whatever you're eating right now is very salty.
Well. I wonder.
But then she's going to say, even if you did win, Chrono, like what exactly do you think you would have gained from it?
People would recognize me as great. They would see that I'm a winner.
I noticed that when Captain Crunch won, he didn't seem to feel like much of a winner when he won that last event.
That's almost a theme with this hero competition. I mean, giving each other poison, essentially. This last one, making enemies. I think I struggle knowing what a hero is in general, but I feel like this competition almost is finding the greatest villain out of us.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking that at face value, it's these different events seem to be leading us towards one particular path. And I'm wondering if all of this is just a test, of between.
So I felt it.
Sometimes, because at the end of the day, we do have to choose who we believe is worthy of winning this whole thing. And I'm wondering if that's based on necessarily how they performed during each of the events, or ultimately what they do or do not do that actually makes them a hero.
That's a good question. But if I'm right, then it's basically a choice between scum and scummer, and we get to choose scum.
Well, we did have an opportunity to vote back Knave into the competition as well. Do you think Knave is one of the scums?
Honestly, I just want to see Knave and Loki at each other's throats.
Yeah, that actually would be very entertaining.
Right. That's all. Yeah.
The way I'm interpreting this is, I don't think that winning the events necessarily makes you a better hero. So perhaps the key in many of these events is actually not succeeding or not following what you're supposed to be doing to win.
Why does everyone have to be so tricky?
No, because people are complicated. It's just part of the things about human beings, I suppose. Right and wrong can be very muddy sometimes. And everyone, of course, has their own definitions of what's right and what's wrong.
Thank you. Drives me nuts. I can't figure it out. Can't figure it out at all.
You can't figure out for yourself what you think is right and wrong?
I just can't figure out how everyone's so certain about it. I'm just confused about it all the time.
What part of it are you confused about, just out of curiosity?
Because it seems like what my instinct is, everyone says is wrong. And it's the weirdest thing, because it's like, that's what my instinct is wrong, and I don't know what to do about that. If I'm given a choice, to help someone cross the road or something, and I do, it can be wrong instantly. I just don't know what to do. I can tell Knave's upset at me, but for me, that fight that we had in the labyrinth, that was the right move. That was my instinct. That we're fighting each other, that we shouldn't hold back. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't get it, because it's okay for him to fool me and trick me and make me look like a fool, but it's not okay for me to fight back. I don't know what to, I'm confused.
I do admit it was pretty brutal what happened between you and Knave at the...
That was my instinct.
Your instinct was to be brutal?
My instinct was that was the right move to make.
I see. She looks like she wants to say something, but she kind of stops herself. And then she just takes a bite of more of the seaweed, and she eats more. I don't know if you continue the conversation or you just let it slide from there.
Yeah, I'd probably just let it stew. Okay. I think at some point Chrono would want to just go off alone.
Going over to the mansion. So there's 3 of you left, 4 if you include Nutmeg. What is Knave doing?
I'm going to, let's say, our Captain Crunch and Loki currently somewhere together-ish.
The easiest would be they're having dinner together.
Yeah,
so
perfect.
You can find them in the dining room.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna join them at the table. I guess I'm gonna say, well, Captain Crunch.
Arr!
Congratulations on winning that last one. You had by far the best performance of them all.
I thank you. Though if I'm being honest, I don't really particularly feel like I deserve to win.
Yes, the goal of that one was a bit villainous, I would say. It's a bit off.
It did feel a bit off part way in. And honestly, I think winning only made it hurt even more.
Well, yes. But again, competition is competition. You cannot change the rules of whatever you have to do for this one. And given those circumstances, I have to say, it was a very, very, very good performance of you. Far better than any other participants in that specific round. No.
Well, I think
it was Loki.
Yeah, Loki wasn't really paying attention to the conversation, but as soon as you look towards his direction, he eyes you as well, and he's starting. He was able to catch enough to realize like what you were implying, and he just takes some of the maybe he's eating a hot dog or something or a burger. He's just gonna take a bite.
So I do have a question, Captain Crunch, if I may be so bold.
Ask away.
Can I ask why you voted for yellow?
How do you know what you mean to leave the mansion?
Yes. That felt off too. I thought you had a very strong camaraderie too.
I do have a very strong camaraderie. I guess the easiest answer is Yellows is a very good competition. They're brilliant, actually. Far more brilliant than I am. So I suppose part of me may figure that if at the end of this it was just the two of us, or if we were in the finalists, I would have difficulty competing with them. Not because I think that I wouldn't be capable of winning against them, but I guess I shied away from the idea of being against them at the end. So I decided to get ahead of that.
I understand. Yellow is a very capable opponent, especially with these diverse type of tasks. They are quite the jack of all trades, if you will.
I could ask you a similar question. What made you decide who to vote off in general?
Well, I mostly look at I was looking at the weakest links most of the time. I wanted to make sure that the team in general won. That felt like the most important thing from there going on. And then, well, maybe the last few votes were maybe a bit more personal. I think this entire competition has become quite personal for some people, especially if you look at Chrono, for instance. This felt very personal for him.
Chrono definitely wanted to win. That's for sure. I think Chrono's trying to prove himself, but not really sure exactly who he's trying to prove himself to.
Well, what do you think for this finale? If I'm not mistaken, it will still be the people on the islands that will be voting who wins. Do you think you stand a good shot?
That's a good question. I don't know. The people on the island definitely seem to favor you enough to send you back on the island. So, as far as I'm concerned, I feel like you might be the one with the advantage here over the other two.
Well, that might be the case, but who knows? You might have good odds coming your way. But enough about future events. Let's enjoy this lovely dinner, shall we?
And while you're having dinner, Nutmeg's just the entire time Nutmeg is watching you curiously as he's eating. And I think the entire time Nutmeg is just watching where you keep your pocket watch.
Mhm,
Very protectively
mhm.
in
At
case you
some
try to pull
point,
something.
I'm just gonna accidentally let it slip from my. Oh, my mistake. While I'm looking at a nutmeg.
Nutmeg's doing this, like watching you like a hawk, basically. Trying to make sure you're not gonna like manipulate his master, essentially.
Just gonna give him a disarming laugh.
Loki is going to say, well, the two of you seem to be getting all chummy all of a sudden, Loki says.
Well, dear, this is a moment to celebrate, no? We are the best of the best right now.
So what exactly, what kind of tricks did you pull, Knave, in order to get yourself voted back off the island?
Ah. To be quite frank, I did no tricks at all.
A likely story.
People just liked me, it seems.
I'm not really sure I buy that. What exactly is it about you that they like so much?
I guess my general personality, my skills in trickery, and of course, the wonderful shows that I put on. It's not that hard to be likable, though I do sense that it's a little bit harder.
I have no idea what you're talking about. People like me just fine.
Well, let's ask that man from accounting, shall we?
All right. Well, that was just part of the game.
Mm-hmm.
What would you have done if you were in that competition?
I think I would have approached it more like Corona, I think. I feel like your approach was, while effective, quite personal. That's me. It doesn't feel that well, does it? Okay, maybe a little bit towards the evil side, no?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, Leonard didn't try hard enough to keep that marriage together.
Understandable. It is yes, it happens quite often that marriages aren't built strongly enough to last.
No, they're not. But you know what? It's not my business whatsoever. Whatever was going on between Leonard and what Tracy, that was already there from the beginning. I didn't do anything, but I suppose test to see which way the pendulum would ultimately swing.
Mm-hmm. And if that by chance gives you a good opportunity to get the victory, then yeah, of course, why not? Yeah.
He'll shrug and say, that's all just part of the game.
Yeah, that's correct. I'm just gonna continue eating. I think at some point while we're dispersing, I'm still gonna try to pass Loki.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. And while I'm passing, I'm just gonna say, do not think that your little idol will save you, by the way. I'm just gonna walk.
Yeah, he's going to shoot daggers at you with his eyes and then keep moving.
Mm-hmm.
Back at the island, Homeboy's going to finish up his dinner and he's going to say, so are we going to talk about who we're going to, vote for to win this thing?
I mean,
are we going to chat about it at all, or are we just going to keep it all a secret ballot?
I think we should all vote for who we all want.
So no discussion, she says. Root Canal says.
If you wish to discuss, then by all means. But I feel like we shouldn't pressure anyone to voting anyway.
If I'm voicing my opinion, no offense, Odin, but I wouldn't say that Loki acted particularly heroic throughout these events. And that's the biggest thing that's keeping me from voting for him.
I would agree.
So by you voting for your son, I understand he's your son, you're almost condoning his behavior.
Out of character, he's like, man, family. I'm trying to put family first. He's like, look, family always comes first.
I understand that. I'm not a parent myself, but I know that my father always told me that when he does things, sometimes he does things not because I want it, but because I need it.
Look, trust me. Loki needs my vote.
Very well. Very well. The homeboy will say, so if you're not voting for Loki, then Root Canal, who are you voting for? I will admit, she says, I like both Knave and Captain Crunch, but the fact that Captain Crunch seems so remorseful about that last event makes me lean more towards him. That's a good point. That's a very good point. I have to go with Knave because I just need to see him take Loki down a peg, and personally, I think that by him winning this whole thing, it would leave a statement. Fair enough, she says. Moji is in deep thought. He's got the thinking face on.
Why are they all going after Loki? They all did some terrible things. Ave, Captain Crunch, not even Marty my Gungir. He taught someone to lose their job. Yet my son is the worst? Yes, I should talk to him. But what makes them any better? They shouldn't dogpile on my own blood like that. They do have a point that sometimes you can go too far, but a lot of them have gone too far. Heck, I even gave Captain Crunch cavities. You can get rid of those teeth, but those things hurt.
I think Homeboy will actually say, so, Chrono, how about you? Do you know who you're going to vote for? Or do you have any thoughts of who you wouldn't vote for?
I'm still stewing on it. I think I'll reserve judgment for when it comes time to vote.
What are you basing it on then? What are you basing your decision on then?
I think there's a good chance you guys don't understand Loki. I think that the most heroic has been Captain Crunch, and that's where I stand for now.
So, while you're on the island, Yellow, you are going to hear Captain Crunch's voice on the communicator that you gave him a couple sessions ago. And he'll say, "Arr, is this thing on?"
I can hear you. Everything all right?
If I'm being honest, not really. Things over here at the mansion are a bit lonely, considering how there's only the four of us, if you include Nutmeg, of course. And of course, there's the little rivalry or rivalmance happening between Loki and the Knave. So I almost feel like I'm a third and fourth wheel.
Well, if they are at each other's throats, then I guess that's easier for you to just take the win, yes?
At this point, I don't think I deserve the title, if I'm being honest. That last event, I don't know if you saw, but I didn't particularly feel heroic.
Didn't feel heroic. Yes, well, stabbing somebody in the back isn't very heroic now, is it?
If I was trying to game the system, on hindsight, I feel that maybe the right move would have been to refuse to make this person my nemesis, or at least not going into it as strongly as I did.
Well, I can't say for certain. I mean, I do care. I was just not watching. This, what was it, Jeff from accounting, you said?
Leonard.
Leonard, okay. Well, Leonard sounds like a terrible name. So if it's up to me, I think he deserves it.
You think Leonard deserved to lose his job?
Lose his job? Oh no, just be your nemesis. I didn't think he deserved to lose his job.
Well, that's exactly my point. It was because of me that he lost his job.
Well, you know, just don't look at it like you ended his life or anything. It's now he gets to do whatever he wants with this. He's not like trapped in a corporate office doing something. Just imagine that he's living like, I don't know, he's traveling in France now. Like, is that a thing, France? I read about it in a book once. I don't know.
Now that you mention it, didn't look like he was particularly happy at his job. He did seem like, I don't know, it seemed like there was something about it that he wasn't particularly fond of. Maybe this change is actually a good thing for him now that you mention it.
It could be. I mean, well, there really are no good or bad things when you look at it all. It's just perspective.
I can't imagine being so obsessed and so married to your job. I'm looking at you, Kyle. A lot of jabs at game this session.
Patch notes are coming in, boys.
Patch notes are coming in. It's just too easy, Gabe. It's just too easy to jab. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Sorry, what was the last thing you said?
He just mentioned the thing about being so married to the job, but I think he will immediately follow up and say, by the way, I also wanted to apologize for you being over at the island. I think I was being a little bit too... I think I was thinking too much about things.
Thinking too much about things? Honestly, I just didn't expect to be to the island so soon. I knew I was going here eventually.
Are you at least having fun there?
No. I mean, there's not too much to do. I've kind of just been whittling knives for a while. So, well, these, not knives, just pointy sticks. I talk to people sometimes. Mostly just go off into my forest and listen in conversations that are happening. That's just me.
Well, I will say, though, that things here have been a lot less fun since you left. And I was wondering if you were open to it. It would be nice if, after all of these events were over, if we could continue to hang out. You're a good person to hang out with, Yellow. I know you're more of a loner, but if you think that I wouldn't be interesting enough for you, I feel that Nutmeg at least would make an amusing companion.
Well, that's the thing. I've never felt lonely before. And then I started hanging out with all these other wonderful people. And then, now that I'm away from them, I'm starting to feel lonely. So, yeah, I will hit you up whenever we get out of this. So, yeah, maybe we could all hang out at some point.
I would like that. I would like that very much. That's really all I wanted to say. I didn't know if there's anything else. I'm not sure that if it were between you and I would not feel right winning this thing. So don't feel any pressure to vote for me. If anything, I would prefer you voted for one of the other two.
I see the mind games you're playing. Don't vote for me, so I feel obliged to vote for you. Clever.
Interpret that however you will.
Well, I didn't expect to win, and honestly, none of the other two deserve it, I don't think. Chrono doesn't have the support, and nobody likes him, at least over here on the island. And, you know, I just really want to see the knave lose. Like, I don't know what it is. I just really want to see him lose. I think it'd be funny. So, yeah. I'll just, vote for you so I can make my dreams a reality.
Well, I spoke my piece. I'm not going to be able to change your mind one way or another. You're going to vote however you want to vote. But thank you for listening, at least. Double, 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 double. That's right, not beg.
I always have an open ear. And you can change my mind. It's just really hard to.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. Good talk.
Well, good night, Yellow.
Oh, good night. Is it night? I look up. Is it nighttime?
Yes, it's nighttime.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's nighttime. No.
Okay.
I'll fashion a hammock and go to sleep then.
Cool. The people who are on the island can PM me who they're voting for. The next day comes, and we're going to have everybody who is on the island back at the grounds of the mansion. So you'll have the three finalists on one side with live stream, and you'll have all of the island people on the other side. And live stream is going to say, I just wanted to first thank everyone for participating in this very fun and engaging competition. Hopefully during this entire experience, you've all at least had fun and enjoyed times bonding with each other to some degree. I know I was very well entertained, and I presume that the audience is as well. But there can only be one winner, and our council has locked in their votes as who they believe are the most deserving of having the winning title of our very first season. So, without further ado, here are the results of the votes. And they'll open up like the urn, and Livestream will say, I will also have to mention that unfortunately, if you have not used your immunity idol by this point, it is not going to be of any use to you during this final voting. And Loki says, I had a feeling that was the case. Do I at least get an extra point for it? Livestream says, yes. Livestream looks very surprised that he said yes to that. So one extra point for Loki for the immunity, even though it looks like Livestream didn't actually say that. So Loki gets an automatic vote, apparently. Then he'll go through the rest of the votes. We have one vote for Captain Crunch, one vote for the Knave of Diamonds, one vote for Loki, which is actually 2 votes now for Loki, excuse me. 3 votes for Loki, 2 votes for Captain Crunch, and 3 votes for Captain Crunch. It is a 2-way tie between Loki and Captain Crunch. So, because we have a tie, we will need to break the tie. And as one of our finalists, Knave, you get to be the kingmaker and decide who wins. Loki kind of swears under his breath. Oh, F.
Well, Livestream, first of all, let me thank you for this wonderful event that you have hosted. It was a pleasure to be able to play in it, to be able to further get to know all these heroic figures, all of them. But I think the audience is waiting for the final vote. So let me break all the suspense. My final vote will go.
Roll a will save. Roll a will save.
Okay. I'm pretty good at this though. So
Yeah, go ahead. See what you got.
Whoa. Oh.
Okay, are you happy with that?
No. I'm
No.
gonna spend my hero points to I think it's a reroll. So I
Okay.
roll again and it's minimum 10 or higher.
It is if
Or
you
11.
roll a less than a 10, then you add 10 to the roll.
Yeah.
It's one of those times where you actually kind of want.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
And that's +2, so 28.
That is true. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay. So you definitely can feel that something is trying to manipulate you to say Loki as the winner. You
Mhm.
can definitely feel that. And you needed that reroll. That 14.
That was not enough.
That was not enough. Yeah. Good job. Yes. Okay, go ahead.
So what I'm gonna say, you know what? I changed my mind.
Hmm?
I'm gonna say congratulations to Captain Crunch.
Oh. What? Really? What? Loki looks shocked that you
Mhm.
actually said Captain Crunch. And he's
I'm gonna give him a wink.
yeah, he give him a wink and his eyebrows furrow and he looks ticked. Very, very ticked. And Captain Crunch is gonna look very surprised. And I'm gonna say that Nutmeg looks very like like doing like the Miss America pageant, like crying and doing the little wave, the royal wave.
Oh, so cute.
As the confetti starts falling and live stream pops open the champagne cork bottle, people are gonna start applauding from the island side, and live stream is gonna say congratulations to Captain Crunch for winning this competition. You are going to get X number of gold and X number of XP, blah 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 blah. As the champion of the first season of Sustainer Hero Edition, I am Livestream, wishing you all good night, and until next time, join us for season 2 of Sustainer. And he'll say farewell as you start seeing these ads fly in from Angel Nectar. So yeah, Captain Crunch is going to celebrate with the rest of the group. Loki is going to seethe in a corner.
Odin's going to him, and he's gonna be like, he's gonna go give him a hug and be like, "It's all right, it's all right."
No, it's not all right, Father. It's not all right. He cheated. The Knave of Diamonds cheated.
And he looks and goes, "And you didn't?"
I was better at it.
Well, clearly not, because you lost.
Well, the whole thing is rigged. This is a stupid game anyway.
Look, this game was meant to be whoever was the best hero. We both know a lot of your actions were not heroic.
I didn't see that as part of the rules that we had to be the best hero.
It might not be as the rule as written.
Well, I think that people need to change their way of thinking then, if that's the case. Change their way of thinking.
No, you are not going to do that.
No, Father, do you not trust me?
I look at it. I think silent.
Yeah, do you not answer that question?
Yeah, no. He's like, "Do you not trust me?" Silence.
Judging.
Oh, I see. All right. I see. Well, I think that my time here is done. I am going to move on to bigger, better, and quite frankly, much more enjoyable and more useful use of my time. Farewell, father, until we meet again. And he will
See
disappear.
ya, my son. And then Odin is not going to like wait to hang out with other. He's gonna just exit out of the game.
Yeah.
As quick as he can.
Yeah.
Everyone else can be there.
I think people will start to log off as well. And yeah, finally you will leave that very long dive, and you are back out of the game now,
Right.
in your real life selves.
I was just about to say, Gabriel will just instantly text his daughter and be like, "Are you okay?"
Yeah, I would say that you'll text, and then maybe 2 minutes later, I'll say, "I'm fine. Why?"
He goes, "You left the game very suddenly."
She'll say, "How do you know that?"
He's going, He goes, "That's not matter right now. I'll explain it when in person. Are you okay?"
She'll say, "I said I'm fine."
All right. You're just gonna text her, right? And then after that, probably set up like a group chat with her and Raphael and be like, "Hey, do you guys want to meet up sometime this week? You know, maybe you can stay over."
Raphael is gonna say, "Did you ask mom?"
Not yet, but I'm getting to it.
Raphael is gonna say, "Sure, dot dot dot. I guess if mom says it's okay, dot dot dot. Good luck," is the next thing that he says.
All right.
Yeah, Charlie is gonna send you the same survey as before, like just evaluating, the whole event and what you all thought about it, feedback, etc., etc. So same thing as before.
Going to message V and just ask her if she still wants to get donuts.
V will text you back, "Hell yeah. What time are you thinking?"
What time of day is it right now?
I would probably say it's later that evening, right this moment. So maybe early evening, maybe like 5-ish, 6-ish. The sun hasn't quite gone down yet, but almost.
Breakfast tomorrow? Question mark.
Perfect. What time tomorrow?
9 a.m. And I'll get her location donuts.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Smiley
face, looking forward to it. All that jazz.
Great. When you return back to Gabe's house, I will say, Ave, that one of your bird friends, or not one of your bird friends, a bird, I should say.
They're all
a
my
bird.
friends.
Well, this is not one that you summoned, basically. A bird is waiting for you at, I'm gonna say it'll caw at you as it's hanging out on the branch of a tree right outside of Gabe's house, I would say.
I'm gonna approach it.
You'll approach it. You
Yeah.
will see that the bird has something attached to its leg, like a package of some sort, a small parcel, like paper, like something wrapped up in a paper bag, maybe.
I'm gonna take it. Like,
Okay.
Excuse me. I'm gonna take this and just take it out, bird. Look what is it? Yeah, what is it?
There's a little note, and you notice that it's in Rook's handwriting. And it says, "Your friend's order." And if you open up the parcel, you will see that it is a very beautifully carved, but unpainted, figurine of Chrono.
Oh, interesting. Okay. I'm just gonna take the notes. Take the other side, I guess, and write something as well. Just gonna write parcel well received. Want to meet up tomorrow in the park? Question mark. And then just attach it back to the bird and then take it back and just right underneath it. You can also say what you want to say to the bird. I will understand. Um,
Okay.
I'm gonna say, and then I'm gonna, while I'm attaching it to the bird, I'm gonna say, I hope this wasn't too much trouble for you. By the way.
The bird says, "No trouble at all."
All right. Well, safe trip, and yeah, watch out for planes.
Good piece of advice. I've been doing this my whole life. And he will fly
It's
off.
reasonable. I.
Okay.
If anyone's watching, it's just like ah, gets the
Right.
birds. Then
yeah,
we'll
the sun
back.
is the sun is setting.
Mhm.
You tell me if you're gonna do anything this evening, any of you.
I'm
Another
gonna
thing,
start tinkering on my little minotaur.
Nice.
Another thing you guys are noticing is now, like, inside the house, there's runes activated, like in like the hallways, and now there are like robotic golems walking around, and now they ask you, "Hello, sir. Do you need anything?" Basically.
That's kind of cool.
Screwdriver, please.
Or like they
Okay.
have it built in. Just
You'll just have built in, yeah. Like that's all cool.
and Gabe will call his ex-wife, but everyone else to do the roleplay things if they wanna.
I'm gonna knock at Gabe's door at some point.
Okay.
You hear like loud music playing.
Nice.
As you open it up, there's like plates. Also, come in, and there's like plates with these crumbs of apple dumplings lying about, soda, and it's just like cluster of a room. Loud music playing, and I'm tinkering on this. You don't know what it is yet, but it's building something.
So you're in Gabe's room right now?
No, I'd be in my own room.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, Gabe would open the door and he's starting to get ready to call someone, and he's like, "Oh, hello.
Can we have a word?
Yeah. I was just gonna call someone. Yeah, what do you need?"
Well, you remember what happened with the last thing we went in the beta testing, right? With the whole Ferris wheel and everything kind of turned out the way we did it?
Somewhat.
You remember how Bruno went a little bit overkill on Lane?
Are you thinking he might be mind controlled to attack you?
Yeah. Or
You two, stand guard, protect him for the night.
it might not even be me, because if I'm not mistaken, me and Yellow were made controlled while I wasn't involved in any sharpshooting. That was me and Forrest. Well, they're kind of the same, you know. So I did things that Yellow did, and that it could be maybe someone tries to attack you, or you try to attack someone, and I don't know how it works. No one knows how it works, I think.
Well, I don't know if we're gonna attack anyone, but these golems, as he points to all the butler golems, they're also designed to protect the house and people in it. So if someone were to try anything, these guys will defend us. That's why I rebooted the system, enhanced the security, and brought back the golems.
They do defend non-lethally, right?
Oh yeah.
Because, you know, if you attack me or I attack you and the golems, you know, kill the one who's attacking, that's kind of the same end. Cool.
Oh no, they're home defense and butler golems.
Alright. By the way, do you already know what happened to your daughter?
She says she's fine. I'm trying to set up a day for them both, like a day or maybe a couple of days they can stay over. I could probably talk to her. They're not supposed to know that I'm Odin, but I'm pretty sure my daughter does, and she's just trying to get me to say it. I'm pretty sure Wrath doesn't have any clue, because I'm pretty sure if he knew it was me, he would just blow me off.
Why don't you just tell him?
And he kind of fidgets a little, and he's like, that was the plan. The plan was I was going to go in the game. I knew who they were. So I was going to go in the game as a new avatar. And tell them, and that's why my avatar has my face on it, so that that's why they would know it's me.
Mm-hmm.
But I kind of chickened out, and like I had knowledge of the game, so I kind of helped them out. And for many years we've been playing together. And I was just afraid that if I told them that the one time I get to spend time with them would stop.
Mm-hmm.
It mainly boils down to me being a coward, but
It's just that I just hope that they don't think that it's a way to, I don't know, spy on them or something, or just keep an eye on them without, being honest about just wanting to have fun with them.
I mean, that's another reason why I haven't really told them, because at this point it's been so long that I don't know what they would think. I'm just doing to spend time with them.
Well, the thing is, you had fun moments with them, right? They liked hanging out with you, yes?
Yeah.
Well, if you just tell them that that was your intent, and you still want to have just fun with them, and that's the only thing that you're trying to get out of this, just more ways of hanging out with them, I think they'll understand. And it's better than them figuring it out on their own and making their own conclusions. Because right now, who knows what they think, what your reasoning is.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from. It's just, as someone who has also had a bad relationship with his dad, I see it from both perspectives, and it's just, it's hard to explain.
I understand. I'm not gonna lie and say that I fully know how you should handle this. Just giving it a view as a child instead of a parent.
What about you? How's your relationship with your dad?
Haven't spoken to them in quite some time now. I don't know. Look, you're proud of your children, right? And what they're doing.
Of course, I'm proud of whatever path they go.
Well, that creates a healthy base to put a relationship on. And I kind of miss that. I'm pretty sure that they're not really proud of me. I didn't go the way they wanted me to go, so I think right now, I don't know, if I were to tell them, then I guess it would just be a reminder of how I failed them.
I don't know your parents, so I can't really say anything. But as a father, I'll say this. Even if my kids disagree with me, they see life differently as me, I will always love them. And I would like to think most parents think that. Maybe, and we're all human. And sometimes we all get caught up in our own human issues. Well, okay, human in the general term. But we're all people. We all get caught up in our own people issues. But I think even your parents love you and are proud of you deep down. It might be hard for them to show, and it might be hard for it to see. But I think there's a chance. And I think they miss you as well.
Right. If you think so.
Like I said, I don't know. I don't know your parents. I can't say for sure. But as a father who has missed a lot of his own kids, there's so much I would give to get that time back.
Yeah. Thank you.
No problem.
You're a really good dad.
I wish that was the case.
No. I think you might not have been the best kind of husband. But I think you've always been a very good dad.
If that's the case, I wish it could have been both at least.
Well, things not always go as we want them.
Yeah. But you have a good night. If you need anything, just talk to the golems.
All right. Thank you.
No problem.
Mm. Then I'm just gonna pass by Kate's door, walk back, then put the figurine in the box in front of the door, and then knock and walk away.
As you're walking away, you hear, "Come in!" You're walking away.
Hmm.
Nobody answers when you say come in.
I'll eventually poke my head out like, what the hell? And then see the figurine and pick it up and... Sick.
It's really well done. Looks
Nice.
very
I'll go set it on my nightstand.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Admire it for a second. Get back to work.
Gabe, you said you wanted to make a phone call.
Yes, I'm gonna call his ex-wife.
Ariel will pick it up. Gabriel?
Hey, Ariel. How are things?
Things are alright. I'm just making dinner. Anything wrong?
Oh, I was just... Okay, so I texted the kids. And also out of character, did Angie say she would come over, or was it just Raph?
She never messaged you back. Like she was in the thread, but she never messaged.
Alright.
So it was just Raph who said, if you can convince mom. Yeah.
Well, so I texted the kids, and I asked them if they may want to come over and spend maybe a night or two at my place. Angie never got back to me, but Raph said if you said yes, he would come over.
Raph said that?
It came from his phone. I'm as shocked as you. I thought he would have been the bigger hurdle, but
Well, I don't know, Gabe. How are the living conditions at your house right now? I'm not talking about the condition of your home. I'm talking about people in it.
So yes, he's still here, but I'll put a but. I have several other people here that can make sure nothing happens, as well as I've reactivated the golems.
I don't know about this, Gabriel. Roll a persuasion.
Oh no. So here's the thing: is I don't know if this would work. I have attractiveness rank 2, which gives me a +5 to persuasion if they find me attractive. So does this work?
She does find you. I mean, just because you broke up doesn't mean she suddenly finds you not attractive. So she does find you attractive.
Good.
I will say though that you will, in addition to that +5, you'll get a minus, like 4, -2 because your ex is minus another -2 because it's a serial killer that you're about to have your kids with. So I would say,
Okay.
so it'd be a net +1.
Okay.
Net +1.
Man, that Gabe's hot voice. Here we go.
Gabe's hot.
Big red flags, but
So
he
this
is
plus
kind of
one.
cute.
So
Oh.
that's a
Oh.
22.
Oh, okay.
I
Are
put
you
on
happy with
one of
that?
I put my most charming voice. Well,
All right. She says, if the kids are okay with going over to your house and you have other people there, I suppose just this once they can go.
thank you, thank you, thank you. And Gabe's actually like, yeah, thank you, thank you.
How soon are you trying to do this? Tonight? Hope not tonight. We're
Oh,
about
no,
to have
not
dinner.
not tonight. I mean, when can they? I mean, I can do it. I can maybe do it tomorrow or a couple days from now.
Why don't we say a couple days from now? I think that should be
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, that works.
Okay. Everything else okay over there?
Yeah, we're just some stuff came up, and I'm working on it with the group.
Stuff at work?
Yes, no, maybe. It's hard to describe.
Well, I guess I wouldn't know anything about that, so I guess good luck with all of that then.
Thank you.
And did you also make sure that your security system is up and running fine over at your house?
yeah, I mean, someone broke into it like a week ago. or so.
Someone broke into your house?
Yeah, I know.
Didn't you pay for a very highly rated security system in your house? That should be a fortress by now. How could anyone break into it?
I mean, they're good, and they didn't go into the more high security areas. They just broke into the mini vault over there with all the little knickknacks.
Well, what did the police say?
And they couldn't really do anything.
Of course they couldn't. Of course they can't.
But I upgrade. But when I turn on when the security golems, the magical security got increased as well. So
And you know who had nothing to do with it?
I really don't know what happened.